Hello and welcome to FHN Northwest. Wayne and Tommy Dunlin.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
Hunting, fishing is my kind of style.
9 feet out behind me right now, so put your stopper up there on your mono.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a slow grind in the morning, you know, and that happens sometimes.
When you present it, you're sweeping it over an area. Now, when you get these big, wide areas,
yeah, those are the new Columbia River pop from McKay crab and shrimp here.
Picking wild berries off God's land and drinking my
There we go.
Yes, indeed.
Nicely done, buddy.
hunting, fishing.
That's a beautiful fish, Dwayne. Nicely done.
Thanks for rolling me into him, Mike.
Yes, sir.
When it gets hot, I'm proud of all the things that I've got. I'm digging in moss bags up in the sand, and after work a cold beer in my hand.
Hello and welcome to FHN Northwest. Wayne and Tommy Dunlin coming to you live from the FHN Northwest studio located here in Olympia, Washington. And so glad you could join us for today's program. And we got a busy one. It's been a busy week, by the way.
Been. Yes, it has.
Since last week's show and getting through the weekend, just so much going on. But hey, we survived. We're here.
Yeah, you've been running nonstop.
Oh my gosh. It's just, it's go, go, go. What a week it was. Kids Derby officially in the books, 2025 5th annual. And man, the community, thank you so much. You folks came out. Tommy, we had upwards of 200 kids, 190 on the ticket count, but there were extra kids there that didn't go get their raffle ticket.
Right.
We're a solid 200 plus, 400 people there easily, between 400 and 450. We were figuring based on the amount of food and drinks and everything that disappeared. You folks came out and supported and enjoyed, and the weather held out. And we had, Washington State Guide Association provided 7 boats.
Mm-hmm.
I think we took at least upwards of 50 kids fishing, plus an accompanying adult.
Yeah.
It's like it was bonkers. The DFW they supplied us with 300 trout, and there was like 10 to 15 jumbos in there. You see the size of some.
Yeah, I noticed that.
We had that going on. They put 5,000 trout in the lake the morning before the Derby. I mean, we had so much support for this. And if you didn't catch everything and all the info on it, check out our Facebook page. If you're not following us on Facebook, please do so. But the Facebook post kind of summarizes it all together, and there was a lot going on. It was a busy day for sure.
It was, and it wasn't just like you could go out on a boat, fish with a guide. We got Junior and Herb Junior, right? Fish with Bobby Kratzer, which was phenomenal. They had a blast. But the fire department was there.
Yeah.
Thurston County Sheriff Department was there.
Yep.
They had jet skis. Kids could get on the jet skis, get a feel for that. Get into the fire truck, go see what that's all about.
Yeah, they had the engine tours going. They had the watercraft rescue boat was out on the lake for the entire event, just patrolling.
Yep.
Like if somebody ran into an issue, they would tow them in.
Yep.
Right. They had any type of issue, so they were there for that. But then we got to the awards.
Yes.
We got to the awards, and a few folks clean house. John Ronald, cleaning house, man, winning 2 first places in the categories of biggest trout, and then of course most weight 5 fish limit, which is all on rainbow. He doubled down on prizes and took home a pile. That brings us to this week's outdoor moment of the week. Okay, we are going with biggest trout. John Ronald, first place, 2 pounds, 15.4 ounce. That's almost a 3-pound trout. Nice job, buddy. Way to go. Come here. I got something for you. Take that. Take this. Take this. Take this. Oops. Stand over here and get, yeah, really? Well done. Nice job, Jonathan. Here we go. Anybody want pictures? Get some pictures. Stand right here. There you go. Stand in front of the board. Look out this way. Pictures. There you are.
Oh, here, come on.
Okay, 5 fish limit. John Ronald. John Ronald, 6 pounds, 8 ounces. 6 pounds, 8 ounces. Is that legal? Can you win first 2 play? 2? Yeah, huh? You gonna give some of that away to somebody else? That's up to you. Here you go. Nice job, buddy. Put that medal around your neck. You're like Michael Phelps over here. Danging all the gold off of you. Yeah, there you go. Yep. Grabbing the jewelry. Avery Dayton, 4 pounds, 11.1 ounces. Avery, where you at? There we go, Tommy John Ronald mopping up.
Dude, phenomenal.
That kid was having a banner of a day.
Yeah.
A lot of kids had a great time. We're going to get into that a little bit later. So let's get right to it. Running down the show. This week, we're jumping out to Westport. Ben Overmars, owner at Overkill Sportfishing out of Westport. Bottom fish, halibut, and lingcod. Everything you need to know, parts 1 and 2 with him. Brian Lynn, VP of Marketing and Communications, no stranger to the show, with Sportsmen's Alliance. A petition, Tommy, has been filed with with Governor Ferguson to remove 4 of our current fish and wildlife commissioners. How did we get here, and what does it all mean? You're going to want to pay attention to this. This is pretty interesting. The 2025 FHN Kids Trout Derby recap, a huge success. And if you didn't make it, we're going to show you exactly what you missed. So tons to get through. Great show lined up. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with Ben Overmars right after the break. Allied, the new leader in heavy gauge aluminum boats. Allied boats have standard reverse chine and lifting rakes to help you plane faster and run at lower RPMs. Allied boats have several models to choose from, ranging from a 19-foot Mustang all the way up to a 32-foot Liberator. So regardless of what type of heavy gauge aluminum boats you are looking for, Allied Boats will have it for you. Contact Allied Boats today to learn more about these incredible fishing machines.
I make my living catching fish, not only as a tournament angler, but as a guide as well. Catching fish is important, and Gamakatsu hooks for me, you know, they kind of help take the luck out of fishing a little bit just because they're a high quality hook. Obviously have a really good reputation for being very strong and very sharp. Gamakatsu, I use their products every day in the boat, and, you know, big part of my success.
All right, welcome back here to the program. I want to welcome in Ben Overmars. Ben Overmars Jr., if you follow him on Facebook, that's an interesting story. The owner and operator of Overkill Sportfishing. Ben, great to have you back in the program. It's been a bit.
Hey, thanks, guys. Good to see you.
Yeah.
Good to see you.
Looks like you're still out there in sunny old Westport after a good day of fishing. So speaking of which, you've been out a handful of trips when the weather's been conducive. So start of the season, you guys seem to be finding decent numbers of bottom fish, lingcod. How's it been going?
It's been going really good. The weather has been a little bit of an issue. Today, I couldn't run further. I wanted to run north today, but it was a little rough. So we went straight out, and the lingcod fishing was absolutely fantastic. And the halibut fishing was so-so today, but it's been really good.
Gotcha. So we've fished with you a number of times. We've done a few episodes here on the show. It's always been an absolute blast, and you stuffed the box, my friend. But before we can go chase them, lingcod or halibut or otherwise, we got to safely get to the grounds. Remind everybody the best options for crossing the bar. Give us a reminder real quick of the definite no-go need, and, you know, when we need to wait, and of course, you know, properly planning your trip.
You know, Dwayne, that's a great point. This morning was an incoming tide. It was easy breezy, just right across the bar, like nothing, like absolutely nothing. I'm going again on Sunday, and at 6:38 Sunday morning is a -138 tide.
Ooh.
So Sunday morning, we will be hanging back about an hour and waiting for that tide. If the swell is any bigger than 4 feet, it can be really bad.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So on Sunday morning, we're going to be holding back about an hour and a half. If at all possible, you want to avoid going out 2 hours before the absolute low to avoid problems getting out of here.
Yeah. Yeah. Great tip.
Yeah. When that current gets above, you know, 1.5, 2 knots,
It's
and
ripping.
incoming swell, which is opposing it, gets up there and into the 5 foot range, it can get pretty exciting pretty fast.
You bet.
There's some shortcuts there, but only for the skilled, so I won't mention that today.
Yeah.
But let's get back to the lingcod and the halibut discussion. So Ben, kind of walk everybody through, you always got to be a lawyer to read WDFW regs, especially when it comes to bottom fishing. And so just kind of break it down for people. You're out of Westport, which is Marine Area 2. What is the halibut day construct there? And then on the lingcod side, tell everybody like, hey, when can I chase lingcod in deep water? What is deep water? And then when do I have to stay in shallow water to chase lingcod? How does that work?
Sure. So the way it's structured right now is halibut days are Tuesday, Thursday, and Sundays. So on those days, you can fish any depth you want anywhere in the ocean. On the other days of the week, you have to stay inside of 300 feet. So like tomorrow, everybody that's fishing will be doing inside bottom fishing. But on Sunday, you can go any depth you want. And then on June 15th, you have from June 15th or June 1st to June 15th, it's all depth, but you can only do halibut on Thursday and Sunday.
Awesome. Thanks for breaking that down.
That's pretty much what we're looking at for the next month now.
Yeah.
Is Tuesdays, Thursdays, Sundays, and then June 1st through June 15th is all depth.
Gotcha.
But if you're not on a Thursday or a Sunday, you can fish deep, but if you catch a halibut, you got to release it.
Gotta let it go. Yep. Yep. Follow the regs, stay out of trouble. So much like today, first thing you do is head on out there and you go get your bait. Cause I know you like fishing live bait. You and I have had many discussions, live bait versus, dead bait drag. But you're going out there getting live bait. First of all, what are you fishing for? How you target them? What's the rigging? Are you using bait?
So currently I'm going out to anywhere between 170 to 200 feet of water, fishing a sandy bottom, and I'm fishing for flounders, sand dabs, flounders. Today they bit really well. Yesterday they bit really bad. So it depends on the day, but today we were able to get about 2 dozen of them for 5 guys. Pretty easy fishing, 8 to 12 inch sand dabs. And they work absolutely phenomenal for the lingcod, and both keeper halibut we got today were on sand dabs as well.
Nice.
I just love it. Eating their smaller cousin.
Yes, indeed.
That's diabolical.
It is.
Yeah.
Hey, so Ben, the key to these sand dabs, you mentioned they didn't bite so well yesterday. Have you been able to correlate the bite to the tide, the current, the weather, any of the water conditions? Is there any correlation there that you found so far?
I have not figured that out yet. Some days they literally chew the paint off the bottom of the boat. I mean, a couple of weeks ago, we were getting them at 60 feet. Like, who catches flounders at 60 feet in 200 feet of water?
Yeah.
And today they were all on the bottom, but they were biting good. And yesterday they were on the bottom, but they weren't biting for crap. So now, it's a crap shoot.
Now, I've been out and caught the sand dabs and kind of gathered my live bait and gone out for Lingcod and Halibut there in Westport. But for somebody that's new to this, like how do you find a sand dab spot? Like, you never been there, sandy 170 to 200. Are they just anywhere that there's sand? How does that work?
So if you run southwest or northwest out of Westport and go to the 180 to 200 foot line, you'll be in sand dabs. So southwest to northwest and anywhere in between seems to be a sandy bottom area, and usually you'll be in the sand dabs.
Got
Perfect.
it. Good advice.
Good advice, yeah.
Let's talk real quick before our break here. Shallow water days not to exceed 180 feet currently. You still using live bait when you're targeting lingcod, or are you breaking out more jigs?
The Lancer jigs work really well. Regular herring works, but I always go for the live flounders myself.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Are you breaking out the electric reels on the shallow water days, or are we hand cranking up our fish?
Inside of 300, it's hand cranking all day long. It's got to be fun.
You got to work a little bit. You got to earn your bounty a bit. Yeah. So, all right, don't go anywhere, Ben. We're gonna jump out for a quick break. Coming back, we're really gonna dive into the halibut lingcod opportunity and how we go get them after the break right here at Fish on Northwest.
Defiance boats are built without any structural wood materials. That is why all boats are backed with a lifetime warranty. All Defiance boats come standard with large fish boxes that are fully insulated so that you can ice your fish properly all day. All Defiance boats are foam flotation filled and unsinkable for the ultimate in safety while fishing offshore. Before you buy any boat, stop by or call Defiance Boats today to ensure you are getting the very best glass boat your money can buy.
Start your outdoor adventure at Sportco and Outdoor Emporium, 2 locations with the best selection of name brand outdoor gear at affordable warehouse pricing. Over 60,000 different items to fit in your adventure, like Gamakatsu fishing gear, premium grade high carbon steel hooks, Gamakatsu custom designed fillet and boning knives to tackle and storage containers. Gamakatsu, simply the best. Maximize your outdoor adventure with the right gear at Sportco and Outdoor Emporium, Fife and Seattle.
All right, welcome back here to the program. We still got Ben Overmars. And let's follow him on Facebook, Ben Overmars Jr., owner at Overkill Sportfishing. All right, Ben, you got out on the water today, but let's talk about on our days we're heading out for deep water. Okay, so we're heading out. You know, we're going out quite a ways. Deep water, halibut, and lings. We're breaking out the electric reels. Talk a little bit about the advantages as to why. Why do you choose to use the electric reels when you get to the deep water?
So most of the deep water lingcod and halibut fishing is on the edge of the Grays Harbor Canyon. Most of the spots are 550 to 650 feet deep, and reeling up a halibut or a lingcod from 650 feet deep is not that big a deal. And most people would do it all day long. But when you're done with the drift and you don't have a fish and you tell everybody to reel up and they got to do it manually, they hate it. So that's where the electric reel really comes into play.
100%.
Yep, absolutely. So, you know, obviously we talked live bait in the earlier segment. Lingcod, it's a no-brainer. And it doesn't matter if you're fishing lingcod in the Sound, the Strait, Nia Bay, Westport. Live bait is king. We all know that. But let's talk about halibut a little bit. You said your 2 biggest halibut today did also come on live bait. But what is your normal halibut bait program? What does the terminal tackle look like? How do you rig it? What's that look like?
So I usually run 2 9-aught hooks on a 100-pound leader. I tie a 2-foot leader and put it on a tuna cord gannion. And I either use herring, tuna belly, lingcod belly, what do you call that thing? Mackerel or flounders. It could be any one of the other. The last 3 trips, herring have been phenomenal. I've been killing them on regular straight black label herring, but today never produced a halibut, and both halibut today came on live bait.
Interesting. That's why you got to have that trout. You
got to have the mix.
Got to have the trout. So
yeah, I need some Dwayne trout with some green dye on it.
You know what you really need though, Ben? You need a 20-inch kokanee. Those are the best.
Those do work pretty well.
Those work good,
especially on the Traeger.
Absolutely.
Yeah, 20-inch Traeger, 20-inch kokanee on the Traeger. Absolutely. I think we can all agree. All right, we got the fish box loaded with our limit of halibut and lingcod. So now we're going to switch over, make a bit of a run, and go get our bottom fish. We're coming back into a little shallower water. Talk a little bit about the rigging and the setup and how you target bottom fish.
So today I was looking for deep water rockfish in the area we were fishing, and I found one small school, and we made an attempt and couldn't get them to go. But normally I would tie 2 shrimp flies. The orange and yellow version worked the best. And if you can get those anywhere near those deep water rockfish, they usually hit them pretty readily. And, you know, if you're letting down and you feel that bite, you just slowly start cranking, and you want to load your rod and get that second one and get them 2 at a time. But today it was just not productive.
Yeah, you know, and those, you know, and we talk about these offshore rockfish, these big schools. Like a lot of times we're talking about a yellowtail rockfish, which we call a greenie or a brown bomber, you know, and it's the inshore version that you catch is really small. I mean, they're only about, you know, like 8 to 10, 12 inches, but the ones offshore, you know, you can get them like 3 pounds, right, Ben? And so those things are super nomadic too. They're not always on structure. How do you go about targeting those schools and finding those schools? Is it a matter of kind of like, you know, the areas that they're in and you're kind of flipping rocks, going from spot to spot? You're using your sonar and just kind of cruising around. How do you find those schools?
Well, like today, for instance, I was just going through an area and all of a sudden I looked on my screen and I saw them on the bottom or within 20 feet of the bottom, and we let down and didn't get them. But normally I have marks all over the place on hard bottom. And like you said, they're nomadic and they move all over. But every once in a while, you'll just be drifting along and you'll see them. And then I'll put the shrimp flies on and then it's just game on. If you get your shrimp flies in front of them and you see them on the screen, it's automatic.
Yep.
But you have to have a decent sized school. And the last 2 or 3 weeks, they've been very sparse. And today was the first time I actually saw a couple schools out there.
Yeah, I've been out there on days with you, Ben, where you come on top of some of them rockfish and those, you know, and it might be 250 foot of water, and we got rockfish from the bottom up to, you know, 100 feet. I mean, it is just polluted with them. You can't not drop down and come in with 2, and it's fast and furious and a heck of a lot of fun, especially for the kids, because they get to fight 2 fish at a time. It blows their mind.
It's fun for me too.
Well, it's right here. Fun for the kids. All right. I assume you're booking trips. You're going to spend all summer out there. You got salmon coming up. You're going to continue to fish bottom fish and lings. Lings will be open through till October. You got a long season ahead of you. Booking trips. Best way for folks to get a hold of you.
The best way to get a hold of me is through my Facebook, or you can call me at 253-224-5794.
Fantastic.
Perfect.
Always a pleasure to get. Go ahead.
I have one or two deep water fisheries left, and I have a couple days for salmon left. And other than that, I'm booked solid all the way through September.
That's a really good problem to have. But when those cancellations go out, make sure you put those up on Facebook so people can, track you down and book a trip, because they're not going to be disappointed. Yep. Day with you on the water is always a winning opportunity. So
that's for sure. Appreciate
the time, my friend. Now go get cleaned up and head on home.
All right. Sounds good. Thanks, guys.
You got it.
All right. Have a good night, brother.
Ben Overmars. Definitely book a trip with him. You will not be sorry. On the Overkill Sport Fishing. All right. Jumping out for a quick break. We come back. Brian Lynn, VP of Marketing Communication with Sportsmen's Alliance. This is going to be a great topic you want to hear. Stick around right after this break. Defiance Marine is the one-stop shop for the Pacific Northwest angler. Defiance Marine guarantees the best price on a new and best service on a repower for your current boat. Defiance Marine is a Honda Premier dealership and one of the largest on the West Coast. Defiance Marine is a boat dealer who proudly sells Defiance, Allied, and Arima boats. All boats are built by West Coast fishermen for West Coast fishermen. Defiance Marine has all your boating needs to help you get out on the water.
The Northwest premier upland bird hunting destination. Located along the beautiful Umatilla River in eastern Oregon. Fully guided bird hunts with expert guides and top-notch dogs. Enjoy comfortable accommodations and gourmet meals at the Riverview Lodge. Book your sensational hunting experience with Horseshoe Curve Outdoors.
All right, welcome back here to the program. And up next on the docket, again, no stranger to our program, Brian Lynn, VP of Marketing and Communications with Sportsmen's Alliance. Brian, how you been, buddy?
Not too bad. Been busy actually, but it's been good.
Go figure. Yeah, it looks like it. So, hey, man, the headline reads, Sportsmen's Alliance petitions Washington Governor Ferguson for removal of 4 Fish and Wildlife commissioners. That's kind of an eye catcher. That grabs your attention. So let's back up a little bit. Talk about what has led up to Sportsmen's Alliance drafting a petition for our newly appointed governor, Bob Ferguson, and to take action with this current Fish and Wildlife Commission. How did we get here, man? Where did this all start?
Well, if you've been following it at all, you know this is a mess. I mean, the legislature's even gotten involved, having the Ruckle House Center look at this and interview everybody, and they came back and said this is a dysfunctional game commission.
Right.
Nobody trusts them. There's no accountability. It needs a big overhaul, it needs accountability, or it needs to be under the governor. Things need to change because it's not working. And as hunters, we've known this for years now, 4 or 5 years, 6 years now, that spring bear has been under attack. It was canceled. Mountain lion harvest has been really screwed up by combining it with mortality takes for depredation issues. There's a conservation policy that was pushed hard, and that's not a conservation policy. It really advances anything animal rights activists or preservationist minded people would want to do by couching it under the term conservation.
Yeah.
And they've pretty much just shoved this down the public's throat.
And I would just add to your list, Brian, let's not forget the Blues Mountain elk and the disregard for their population objective that they're supposed to be at. But just disregarding it in terms of the mountain lion impact on that population as well. And I think, you guys have seen this, you've been watching it like the rest of us, but you decided, we need to kind of dig in deeper to what's going on here with this commission, the construct, the members of this commission, why they're conducting business in this way that we've never conducted it before. And we're not following any kind of game management model that is seen in any of the Western states. And so you guys decided, hey, we need to take a little bit closer look at this and request information. How did you do that?
Yeah, so this is a little civics history lesson here is, at the federal level, it's called the Freedom of Information Act. You can file these. At the state level, every state has calls it a different thing. Washington is the Public Records Act. And this is how we as the public and the voters get to hold the government accountable. Hey, let us see what you're seeing, what you're doing, what you're saying. And so we did that under the Public Records Act and asked for some of the communications. What are these guys saying to each other? Who else are they talking to around the time of these commission meetings? And so that's really what we wanted to see. It didn't turn out to be that easy, though.
So you put in that request, and then they're obligated to get you the information. Did they willfully just hand that stuff over? Did you get what you were looking for?
No.
Weird.
No.
Odd.
See, most states have a 30, 60, 90-day requirement, something like that.
Yeah.
Go to Washington, where government runs supreme, it has a reasonable amount of time.
That's how it's stated, reasonable amount of time?
Yeah. And so that's completely subjective.
Sure.
And we didn't get anything. We got maybe 8 text messages in the first 6 months. We went a year and a half. We filed this in September of 2023.
Wow.
It wasn't until January of this year, 2025, that we could start getting things. And that's only because we filed a lawsuit. So we had to file a lawsuit. Then they have handed over about 18,000 records. That sounds like a lot. It is. And we uncovered a lot of stuff, but we're still owed hundreds of thousands of more records, 400,000 more records.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. So interesting. You would only withhold records, right, if you had something to hide. Obviously, you guys had to file a lawsuit, even though you were operating under the Freedom of Information Act and associated acts. And so you filed the lawsuit. You have some records. You're still waiting for more. What have you found so far?
We've found evidence of collusion, corruption, daisy chaining and talking to each other about things, basically circumventing the democratic process and what happens at commission meetings. They were cooking the books, to put it plainly, and counting votes before they went into this. I mean, Lorna Smith says it in there that, hey, it's going to be a 5-4 vote. Tim Reagan, you're the swing vote. I hope you do what needs to be done to protect this and stop this. They admit in there, Lorna admits in there that, hey, John Lemkuhl, I think you're right there with me and want to stop the bear hunt. This is how we do it. Point blank.
Unbelievable.
Disdain for the public, disdain for the tribes.
Yeah.
Just anything and everything that is bad government and has been hidden from the public.
That is a mind blow. That so
Unreal.
much deception and deceitfulness is going on behind the scenes. Let's hold right there. We're going to dig into this a lot deeper. Some of the information you guys have obtained, where this is going, and how we landed on a petition. We'll do all that right after this break.
A Northwest favorite for almost 40 years, Arima boats are manufactured with pride in Bremerton, Washington. All Arima boats are built without any structural wood materials. That is why Arima boats are backed with a lifetime warranty. Arima can offer every boat with Honda outboard packages so that you can take advantage of the reliability and 5-year top-to-prop warranty from your Honda outboard. Call or stop by Arima Boats today and let them help you get into your very next boat.
You haven't been here, but you know it. You've heard the sounds, smelt the air, and seen where your heart lands, if not yet. You haven't been here, but you've longed for a destination near or far. A place where discovery and history thrive for young eyes and old alike. You haven't been here, but you're on your way to a place not far. ExploreTheDalles.com.
I make my living catching fish, not only as a tournament angler, but as a guide as well. Catching fish is important, and Gamakatsu hooks for me, you know, they kind of help take the luck out of fishing a little bit just because they're a high quality hook. Obviously have a really good reputation for being very strong and very sharp. Gamakatsu, I use their products every day in the boat, and, you know, big part of my success.
All right, welcome back here to the program. Still on with Brian Lynn, VP of Marketing and Communications with Sportsmen's Alliance. So, Brian, before the break, you're really kind of delving into a lot of the things going on behind the scenes and all the communications and to what level this has gone on. Now, this has been going on for a long time with the current commission. The majority of them, we have a few reappointees, and Garcia's newly appointed, but for the bulk of them, for 6 of them, 5 for sure. This has been going on basically for quite some time. It's basically, you know, the public meetings are nothing but a ruse. The outcome of the vote, as you were mentioning, from what I understand, has already been established. They know exactly where this is going to land on a particular topic that they want to fight or delay or deny.
Yeah, they absolutely are daisy chaining and cooking the books and counting the votes before it even comes to the public. And so it's not a meaningful government transaction, you know. So I think it's important to say here that whether you're Republican, Democrat, pro-hunting or anti-hunting, it doesn't matter.
Right.
This is just bad government.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Even the media has put in PRA requests and haven't received them for over a year.
Yeah.
So this is just bad government. It's not transparent, and they're not being held accountable. And that's what we are trying to do here, is hold them accountable and fix this.
I agree. Now, so there's been a petition that's been filed with the governor. What is he required to do with that petition, if anything?
Yeah, it's now the ball is in his court. He has plenty of evidence. I mean, the spring bear hunt, and again, let's not even just focus on spring bear hunting, but there was duck hunting we saw in there. Animal extremists communicating with them about reducing duck hunting, and they said, yeah, we'll get to that next year. You know, so it's nobody is safe from this. If you think this is just about predator hunting, it's not. So Ferguson has this evidence of excluding tribes and excluding the public and cooking the books and acting in a corrupt manner. Now it's up to him. There's no timetable. He doesn't have to do anything. This is pretty damning evidence, though, of what's going on, how corrupt the system is, and how broken it is. And hopefully he'll step up and fix it.
Yeah, you know, as he got into office, one of his first moves, as it would align with recreational fishers and hunters in the state of Washington, is the moves he made immediately to the commission. What I mean by is Inslee going out of office, his last hour appointees, and also removing Molly Linville and Jim Anderson. And then so Ferguson steps back in, removes those previous folks, brings Molly Linville back, Jim Anderson, appoints Garcia. All very favorable commissioners to be on the commission for those, you know, for representing us, those that care about everything going on. So he kind of showed his hand in cleaning up the mess that the outgoing governor left him. So I'd like to think maybe he's going to take this up and do something with it, because there's a lot of eyes on, a lot of eyeballs in this one.
Yeah, and you know, so we have a lawsuit about the PRA stuff. We've petitioned him to do this. As you mentioned, he stepped up and rescinded those appointments and appointed some, you know, balanced people who think and understand science and don't have an agenda. So we are hopeful, you know, we're hopeful that he is not ideologically driven like Inslee was. And hopefully he steps up as a former attorney general and actually abides by and wants to see law and order flourish in Washington state, where it's been in the dark for the last 12 years or more. So we're hopeful that he steps up and does this, and we can rectify this situation.
Yeah. You know, Ferguson's got a kind of a golden opportunity here, right? To right the wrong of his predecessor. I read some of the documentation, Brian, that you sent over, and, you know, from what I've read, it's pretty damning. And I think, you know, based on hearing the discussion here, there's a lot of instances in this where it's pretty clear what should happen, which is the removal of these rogue commissioners that are, you know, operating outside of their call of duty and the policy and procedures that they've been mandated to use. You know, and some of the things that I think is just absolutely blatant is the disregard of the treaty tribes as our co-managers. I mean, to me, that's just mind-boggling. You've got commissioners that are just saying in email, hey, we are not going to listen to one of our members of the treaty tribes that is representing their tribe because we don't like what that individual is saying about black bear hunting. To me, that is absolutely mind-boggling. So I would just hope that Ferguson would look at some of this evidence and go, you know what? I don't have a choice here. We got to make this right. These people are gone.
Yeah.
100%, 100%. I mean, that right there, just that one instance is enough cause to remove Lorna Smith and remove others for that. They are co-managers. It's legally in the RCWs. These are treaty rights.
Yeah.
That right there is enough to do this. And then you throw in the collusion, you throw in the vote counting, you show them the adamant response and lack of response of not handing over PRA records in a timely manner or a reasonable manner under anybody's thoughts of what this should take. You know, and as you said, this is just the tip of the iceberg, guys. This is the first 18,000 records or something like that.
Yeah.
We still have over 400,000 records. So if he's not going to do it, it's just going to get uglier. We're going to find more. There will be more, and we will push it out there to you and the rest of the press.
Yeah, for sure. Now, you know, this process, it's kind of a two-part process. One, we need the governor to step up, remove these folks that have no business being on the commission because they're so jaded and they're on an agenda that serves no purpose representing the people of Washington and our natural resources. Secondly, then the process to reappoint commissioners back to the commission. I would hope that he would follow the RCW much like he did previously. Let the groups and organizations bring those rising stars to the top. These are the people that we want to see in there. Here's our vote. And he follows suits and appoints some really well-rounded, open-minded, representing commissioners to that commission because it is long overdue.
It absolutely is. I mean, we all know it. We've all suffered under Inslee's ideology. His wife's, everybody else that was in his cabinet was anti-hunting from
for sure.
Top down. Literally wrote the book on anti-hunting laws and how to get this done. And so we're really hopeful that Ferguson does the right thing, comes clean, fixes the situation, fixes the commission, because prior to Inslee, the commission worked.
Yep.
So let's get back to what works and using science and getting back to what the biologists say needs to happen, not what somebody thinks ideologically should be happening.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's get back to good, clean, transparent government that's held accountable.
100%.
Yep.
All right, buddy. Never enough time. We could go on this forever, but we wanted to make folks aware of early interaction of what's going on, and they need to continue to follow Sportsmen's Alliance. Real quickly, how can they sign up if they're not currently a member or following what you guys got going on?
Come on over to the website, Sportsmen's, MENS, sportsmensalliance.org, $35 membership. You get a nice little magazine that comes with it, and sign up for alerts, if nothing else, that we will send out when this kind of stuff comes up.
Fantastic.
Awesome.
Yeah, we need to sign up and support because it takes money for you guys to fight the good fight. Keep it up, my friend. We'll stay in touch.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Brian Lynn, VP of Marketing and Communications, Sportsmen's Alliance. Jumping out for a quick break. We come back, taking you out to the Kids Derby, show you what you missed.
You haven't been here, but you know it. You've heard the sounds, smelt the air, and seen where your heart lands, if not yet. You haven't been here, but you've longed for a destination near or far, where the young and old find rest and excitement, not apart. You haven't been here, but you're on your way to a place not far. ExploreTheDalles.com.
Yep, for sure. Oh yeah, big fish. Yeah, buddy. Nice fish. Oh, beauty. Gorgeous fish.
Bobby's on the board.
We got a good one.
Oh, yeah. Oh, oh, geez, come on.
Nice fish. Nice fish.
All Defiance boats are built without any structural wood materials. That is why all boats are backed with a lifetime warranty. All Defiance boats come standard with large fish boxes that are fully insulated so that you can ice your fish properly all day. All Defiance boats are foam flotation filled and unsinkable for the ultimate in safety while fishing offshore. Before you buy any boat, stop by or call Defiance Boats today to ensure you are getting the very best glass boat your money can buy.
got it. Cut the hook. Oh. There you go. You got it. Good. There it is. There it is. Reel it up. Look at you, hooked him good. There you go. Keeping him or?
That one. Now we'll do this one. There you go, Anna. Cheese. One pound. 7.2 ounces. That's a good one. You're right. 8.4 ounces. Yeah, one dude.
The Northwest premier upland bird hunting destination. Located along the beautiful Umatilla River in eastern Oregon. Fully guided bird hunts with expert guides and top-notch dogs. Enjoy comfortable accommodations and gourmet meals at the Riverview Lodge. Book your sensational hunting experience with Horseshoe Curve Outdoors.
Start your outdoor adventure at Sportgo and Outdoor Emporium, 2 locations with the best selection of name brand outdoor gear at affordable warehouse pricing. Over 60,000 different items to fit in your adventure, like Gamakatsu fishing gear, premium grade high carbon steel hooks, Gamakatsu custom designed fillet and boning knives to tackle and storage containers. Gamakatsu, simply the best. Maximize your outdoor adventure with the right gear at Sportgo and Outdoor Emporium, Fife and Seattle.
All right, thanks for coming. Yeah. How you guys doing?
Good.
You got some trout. Nice. Excellent. You're weighing in fish. It's all. What do we got here? Huh? Did you get that? Yes. Did it fight good?
Yeah.
What kind of fish is that?
I think it's trout.
It's a rainbow trout. There you go. Atta girl. All right, thanks for coming. What do you got, buddy? Huh? What'd you get? Did you get that off the dock?
Yeah.
Yeah, right on. Heck yeah, man. A dock fish. Heck yeah. All right, moving on, moving on.
Yeah.
I need to see some ID. You guys look older than 14. What the heck's going on here? Oh, yeah.
Our kids got these.
So, how'd the day go? You guys go out in a guide boat or your guide boat?
Yeah, it was great.
Who'd you fish with? Do you know?
Oh, I can't remember his name. He didn't green boat. Yeah.
Oh.
Maybe
Anglers?
Tom?
No, it's probably it was Bobby Kratzer.
Yeah. Okay.
He's my guy. That
His daughter was running the boat.
yeah, that's Caitlin. So he's he lined up 7 guide boats for us this
I know,
year.
that's what he said. We're gonna.
Phenomenal, right? Yeah.
What's your first
You guys. Oh, well, looks like you're having a good time.
Not our first time fishing, because these are not our fish.
First time at the Derby, right? So glad you made it. Make sure you go over there, get the t-shirts, the raffle tickets, get the food. The pulled pork is amazing. So
Oh yeah.
good to see you guys. Thanks for coming. Hey, how you doing, buddy?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. How'd we do?
And this is our crew right here.
This is all you guys, huh? How many kids ended up, Lottie? How many you got?
7 or 8.
Holy cow. Yeah, you guys put me to work.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, we got one more. And, oh, we got one more. I'm like, keep adding to the tribe. This is awesome. Excellent. All right.
Happy.
Oh, yeah.
Good job this year.
Yeah, we're
Well, you
trying.
guys always do.
Yeah, we're trying, buddy. Good to see you guys. What do you got? Huh? There are a lot of fish in there? Let's see. Oh, my gosh. There must be a bunch of ice in here. Oh, yeah. Oh, holy smokes. Look at that. Look at those bad boys. Oh my goodness, yeah. Oh, outstanding. Nice kokanee. Any oddball fish? Any randoms? No bass? Oh, look at this. There we go. That's a kill bag. Nice job, guys. Everybody having fun?
Yeah. Any day we're fishing's fun, right?
Always. All right, make sure you get your new t-shirts and your raffle ticket and win some prizes.
Get the ice in here.
And Mom and Dad's, we got adult raffle buckets over there too.
There you go.
Lots of really good stuff. $5 a ticket. All right, thanks for coming. Woo.
I know it.
Okay. 1 pound. How you doing?
You guys look busy.
7.8 ounces.
We look busy.
Can you maybe say something about having them off the stringer when they come up to the table? Quite a bit.
Yeah, we can do that. All right. Yeah, very efficient. Way to go. I like it. Keep it moving. Okay, all the weighing is complete. We're writing down all the categories and first, second place on the board. As soon as we get the board out here, we start the awards. How many of you kids want to win some prizes? Yeah, okay. For all the kids that are here, raise your hand if you caught a fish. Outstanding. For the rest of you, for all the kids that are here, raise your hand if you're here. Excellent, okay. This is our 5th annual. Raise your hand if you've been here every year. Outstanding.
Harper has.
Harper has. We appreciate the continued support. This is a pretty big event to put on each and every year, but we absolutely love doing it. We can't do it without the support of community and businesses. First, I gotta thank my wife. Every single bucket, every single tackle box, this lady right here. So she works her fanny off as we get ready for this thing, and I can't thank her enough. Also, the Kratzer family, the entire family, Bobby Kratzer, running the guide. We had 7 guide boats this year. Raise your hand if you got out on a guide boat and caught some fish. How fantastic is that? So the Kratzer family, thank you. And to all our volunteers, I got too many names to run down. They are here working hard on their own time, helping us do this because Sherry and I can't do this ourselves. So thank you to all the volunteers. Came up there. This isn't like Christmas. We don't have to unwrap it or anything. You just get to look right at it. So, okay, we are going with biggest trout. John Ronald, first place, 2 pounds, 15.4 ounces. That's almost a 3-pound trout. Nice job, buddy. Way to go. Come here. I got something for you. Take that. Take this. Take this. Take this. Oops. Stand over here and get the, yeah, really? Well done. Nice job, Jonathan. Here we go. Anybody want pictures? Get some pictures. Stand right here. There you go. Stand in front of the board. Look out this way. Pictures. There you are. Heck yeah. Okay, second place. Anna Bakalich? How do we say that? Bakalich? You did that? Jesus does love you. Congratulations. That's the bonus. Okay, let's go over there. Second place. Go over there and see Bailey. Yep. Second place and put the medal on. Third place, Coda Nolan. Where are you at, Coda Nolan? Third place, biggest trout. The girls are owning this category. Nice job. Way to go. Go get your third place medal and your bucket. Right on. Okay, biggest kokanee. 103. There we go. Coming up. Okay, we'll do that one and then we're going to pick a kids because the adults will stand at the table frozen with indecision.
498776.
For adult raffle 489776. 489776. All right, here's what we're going to do because this would take forever. We have so many kids and so many prizes. If you have not won anything and have your red ticket, calmly, big kids, no pushing and shoving. Jordan, we're going to move the camera to the side. We're going to start a line right here. Watch this fishing rod. Let's pick this. I don't know whose that is. Okay, we got to go around. We got to start the line, and it's got to go back. You guys got to go around. There's plenty of stuff for everybody. Go around. No. All you guys go around this way or go through, but let's not push. Hey, when we're done, if the kids want to catch more fish out of the pond, just go ahead and take some time and catch some fish. The more you catch, the less we got to deal with. So go ahead and catch fish and have fun.
Allied, the new leader in heavy gauge aluminum boats. Allied boats have standard reverse chine and lifting rakes to help you plane faster and run at lower RPMs. Allied boats have several models to choose from, ranging from a 19-foot Mustang all the way up to a 32-foot Liberator. So regardless of what type of heavy gauge aluminum boats you are looking for, Allied Boats will have it for you. Contact Allied Boats today to learn more about these incredible fishing machines.
All right, there you go. Successful derby nonetheless. Completely out of time. Hey, have a great week. Have a great weekend. We'll see you next time right here, Fish on Northwest.